This video is brought to you by Scream 6. Get tickets now.
Hello, WatchMojo.
Today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things to know about Scream 6.
What is this place?
A shrine.
For this list, we're looking at important details regarding the upcoming 6th entry in the Scream series. If you're not caught up on the first 5 films, beware a few stabby spoilers. Are you excited about Scream 6? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. When it's coming out.
Yeah, you're gonna love this one. It's a Scream, baby!
The original Scream trilogy was released over a 4-year period. A pretty impressive turnaround. However, fans would have to wait 11 years for Scream 4, and another 11 years for the 5th entry in the saga.
Oh my god, he's making a requel. A what? Or like a sequel. Fans are torn on the terminology.
God, please speak English.
Thankfully, Scream 6 doesn't continue the 11-year gap trajectory, delivering the goods just over a year after its predecessor.
Hello.
Let's play a game.
This sequel to the requel is set to come out on March 10th, 2023. We guess Ghostface just couldn't wait that long. And since this series is best experienced on the silver screen, you'll be happy to know that Scream 6 will be hitting theaters before being made available elsewhere. Number 9. Behind-the-scenes talent.
But really was the best choice for the movie.
Barely a month after the 2022 movie came out, it was confirmed that Tyler Gillett and Matt Bettinelli-Olpin would be back on board to direct the sequel. James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick also resumed their script writing duties.
How are you doing?
Ask me in a few days. But at least I know what I'm going to write about.
What's that?
Not this.
Principal photography commenced that June and wrapped by mid-August. Kevin Williamson, who created Scream, is returning as an executive producer as well. With this creative team, we expect Scream will continue to thrive, as long as they avoid time travel.
Step 5 has time travel, which is by far the worst.
Number 8. Multiple masks. In the Scream movies, characters are inclined to come across more than one person donning a Ghostface mask. This often means multiple killers are afoot, although occasionally it's just somebody playing dress-up.
2 of your fellow students just savagely murdered. And this is the way that you show your compassion and sensitivity, huh?
Either way, Scream 6 will continue the tradition of multiple people wearing Ghostface masks. Ghostface's new disheveled mask is not the only one you should be on the lookout for. In the trailer, you can not only spot people dressed as Ghostface on the subway, but also a werewolf, a mummy, Freddy Krueger, the Babadook, Pinhead from Hellraiser, and Jason Voorhees. Could this be the second time that Jason takes Manhattan? Probably not, but with so many people hiding under costumes, the killer could be lurking where you least expect them. Number 7. New additions. It wouldn't be Scream without some fresh blood. Dewey Riley's Ghostface busting days are sadly over, but Dermot Mulroney is joining the cast as Detective Bailey, whose daughter is reportedly among the victims.
See this face? This is my whoop-ass face. When you see this face, it means I'm about to whoop ass. Get ready.
Samara Weaving, who previously collaborated with Bettinelli-Olpin and Gillette on Ready or Not, will continue to solidify her Scream Queen status.
You can help me, please.
This doesn't end well for you. I just don't want to be the one to serve you up.
Tony Revolori, who plays Flash Thompson in the Spider-Man movies, was encouraged by future co-star Mason Gooding to sign up for the films.
Oof, I don't know. I gotta check my calendar first. I got a hot date with Black Widow coming up.
Also in the mix are Jack Champion as Ethan, Josh Segarra as Danny, Devin Nakota as Annika, and Liana Liberato as Quinn. We'd say that none of these newbies is safe, but then again, you never know who Ghostface is.
We've got to lure him in. We execute him.
Number 6. The Carpenter Sisters. The 2022 requel of Scream did a tremendous job of establishing new franchise leads, namely the sister duo of Sam and Tara Carpenter, played by Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega respectively.
Oh, you're not going anywhere without me. Don't worry. I'm gonna hold your hand all the way there.
Sam and Tara return for this installment, with their relationship stronger than before. As you will remember, they began the last outing largely estranged, with the secret that Sam is the daughter of Billy Loomis having fractured their family years earlier.
And I didn't even realize
The dad was standing right behind me.
While their family dynamics were red herrings relative to the killers the last time out, that doesn't mean they're off the table here. In any case, their bond will have to be strong enough to survive another bout with Ghostface.
There's a darkness inside of me. It followed me here. And it's gonna keep coming for us.
Number 5. Gale Weathers Back in Action.
Excuse me.
Oh my god. You're you.
Last time I checked.
Before a 6th film was even officially announced, Courtney Cox suggested that she'd be open to another round with Ghostface.
You know you're like the 10th guy to try this, right? It never works out for the dipshit in the mask.
She is reprising her legendary role as Gale Weathers, and this film will mark the first time Cox gets called by Ghostface. Having survived 5 previous bouts with Ghostface, the resilient journalist has one of this franchise's best track records. Of course, so did Dewey up until the last movie.
Yes, today.
While battling Ghostface has become fairly routine for Gale, she might be about to meet her match. In an interview with Variety, Cox said, quote, "Gale's pretty strong. She may not ever die, but who knows? Whatever Gale's fate might be, she is sure to put up a fight in Scream 6.
That's why I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
Number 4. Kirby Reed Lives.
Hey, before you get in the car, you have to promise not to kill me.
Introduced in Scream 4, Hayden Panettiere's Kirby seemingly met her end at the hands of Ghostface.
Kirby, this is making a move.
While Kirby got stabbed in the gut multiple times, we technically did not see her die. 4 years before his passing, Wes Craven stated in a 2011 interview, quote, "Hayden Panettiere had it in her contract that her character could not be killed, and she kept moving on the ground." While this left Kirby's fate open-ended, an Easter egg in the 2022 film canonized her survival and final girl status. Bettinelli, Olpin, and Gillette had considered giving Kirby a slightly more prominent appearance in the 5th film. However, they decided to wait so they could do the character justice, giving Kirby a main role in Scream 6.
We share a certain history.
Number 3. A New Setting. Just as Elm Street is forever linked to Freddy and Camp Crystal Lake defines Jason, Woodsboro is Ghostface's stomping ground. The masked killer isn't restricted to this infamous town, however.
There's no one there.
Ghostface followed our heroes to Ohio's Windsor College in Scream 2 and Hollywood in Scream 3. In Scream 6, Ghostface is heading to the Big Apple.
Guys?
Discussing the new setting, Jenna Ortega described it as, quote, "a lot more intense." Melissa Barrera said that having the film take place in New York is, quote, 20 times more mortifying. If you scream for help in Woodsboro, someone might come to your aid in time. If you scream in New York, others might not want to get involved.
Please help me. Just down here.
There's a line here, girl.
You got a problem here, guy?
Number 2. The stakes are raised.
This isn't like any other Ghostface.
At this point in the Scream series, nobody's death is off limits. Dewey's demise in particular has left the door open for anyone to die, be it a legacy character like Gale or a protagonist like Sam.
You want me. So let's finish this.
Naturally, the filmmakers are not cluing us in on who lives and who dies. When asked if we could see a death on par with Dewey's, James Vanderbilt simply replied, quote, "I think if I say that, then people will assume one thing, and if I don't say that, people will assume something else. So I'm not going to say anything." Bettinelli Olpin said in another interview, quote, "This one is definitely more brazen and more aggressive than the last one. So, wink wink, there's a body count." Number 1. The goriest Ghostface yet?
So it's our job to observe the rules of the sequel. Number 1, the body count is always bigger. Number 2, the death scenes are always much more elaborate. More blood, more gore. Carnage, candy. Your core audience just expects it.
Melissa Barrera has stated that the directors went, quote, all out with Scream 6, suggesting that this could be, quote, 100 times gorier. Jenna Ortega also said that this is, quote, probably the most aggressive and violent version of Ghostface. This is reflected in the trailer, which not only equips Ghostface with a signature knife, but a shotgun as well. Even if you bring a gun to the fight, this Ghostface can dodge bullets. This isn't to say that Scream is about to go down the supernatural route like the Stab movies, but whoever is donning the Ghostface mask this time has clearly learned from their predecessors' mistakes. Our heroes might think they're ready for Ghostface, but it's Ghostface who's ready for them.
I'm something different.
This video is brought to you by Scream 6. Get tickets now.